Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So very recently I redid my parents' living room and there were a lot of DIYs that I made. So I'm going to be sharing some interesting ones in today's video. The entire living room makeover will be up on my next video, so stay tuned. And now let's get into some DIYing. So here's the first DIY guys. I'm going to be converting these three different types of grocery store bags to pillow covers. First, just cut both the handles at the center because you're going to knot it down. For this bag, I opted to go for a hand-painted rough look, and I'm just using a masking tape here so that the paint stays inside the desired spot and does not have any ugly drips. Since these bags are really thin, I recommend you guys to use a chart or a cardboard underneath because when you're going to paint on top, it will definitely stain the second layer of the bag as well. For the second bag, I decided to take a turkey hand towel because it gives that furry look, and I'm going to cut both the ends of the towel. With the help of a hot glue gun, I stuck the first patch onto the bag. In case your towel width is larger than the bag, then bring it back and glue it. Repeat the same for the second patch as well. For this one, I'm going to be taking woolen threads here to braid, and if you guys know how to braid, then it's going to be really easy. So here I am taking 3 strands of thread, and each strand consists of another 3 strands. So it's like 3 strands 3 times. You can decide on the number of strands according to the thickness you desire. Cut the threads and knot it together. I opted to tape the knot so that it is much more easier to braid. So this is how it is going to look once you're done braiding, and make sure you leave around an inch of the thread and knot it so that when you're going to place them on the pillow cover and glue it, it will look like a tassel at the corners. So for a second project, I'm going to be making a jute storage basket, and for the base I took a plastic basket and I'm going to be covering the entire basket with this jute rope. I used a hot glue gun here, and make sure you stick the rope really close to the previous line so that the base is covered entirely and there are no gaps. Now for the top border, I used a white rope and I went all the way around. I took this grocery bag and I measured the circumference of the basket and cut one corner of the bag and placed it inside the basket and glued it with hot glue gun by folding the raw edges. Here comes another DIY project. So this was initially a jute letter hanger with 3 compartments on it. I decided to remove all the 3 sections and used the base alone for the lampshade. I used a thin metal binding wire here to give the base a nice structure, and I sealed the wire with the masking tape. Again, seal all the raw edges with the tape so that it gives a nice finished and neat look. Here's a permanent black marker. I use this to draw design on the body of the lamp, and you can choose any colors and any designs you like. This is a keychain holder and I decided to use this as a light holder. I measured the binding wire from the center and cut the wire and fixed it to the lampshade and the holder from 3 different directions. The center spot is where you insert the light in. This is a very simple yet attractive DIY. So here is a fruit basket that I bought, and I decided to make it like a hanging pendant light. So I took the outer ring of the bulb from the hanging light and I made a cutout on the basket using a hot knife. Please be careful while doing this process and do not hurt yourself. After that, I spray painted it to black and fixed it. This was a last minute idea and I hope you will like it. So here are 2 buckets that I'm going to be converting into a side stool or a plant holder, and I'm using black spray paint here to cover the buckets. I have stacked these 2 buckets by gluing them on top of each other with the bottom one facing upside down. This is a vegetable cutter and I'm going to be placing this on top of the buckets to complete the look. But before that, here is a wooden finished wallpaper and I'm going to be sticking the entire cutting board with this paper. This is how it looks, and there are 3 patches but it's hardly seen. Now using a double-sided tape, I stuck the top cutter and the bottom bucket together. So that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed watching these 5 DIYs and do try them out. And stay tuned in case you want to watch the makeover that I did for my parents' living room. Catch you guys in my next video. Take care, bye.